Hello, hello, hello. Yes, indeed. It feels good. It really feels good. So, hi everyone. I'm Rosalee Henry, the seven-figure doula whisperer. And tonight we're here to launch our first show where we will be transforming lives one conversation at a time. Each week we'll be diving into a world of maternal and community health. We'll be exploring entrepreneurial journeys and unlocking the secrets of motivation and success. So, whether you're a seasoned professional or you're just starting out, we're so happy that you joined us. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so you may be wondering, who am I? Why you should be even want to be listening to me. So I'm going to share a little bit about me, and each week I'll be able to dive deep in more into, for you guys to get to know me, and hopefully, you will tune in and share who you are with us because I really want to, create a community. I just don't want this to be just me here talking. So I'm expecting that everyone that who's tuning in is going to be lending a voice because we all have a voice that we need to use. So again, I'm Rosalee Henry, and I grew up in Jamaica. I am from country, guys. I'm a country girl in the hills of Manchester. I moved here to Atlanta in '99 from New York, via New York, and it has been great. It was, needless to say, a big culture shock when I first moved here, but I was determined to make use of the opportunity of coming here. And it has been great. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There has been struggle, which I'm sure that I'm not the only one who have experienced it. But to God be the glory. There's been a lot more success, great things, opportunity, blessing than it has been challenging. But even though the challenges were there and are still there sometimes, I use each challenge to propel me to be where I am right now. I use each mistake. I don't even view it as mistake, to be honest. I view it as experience because each time that something doesn't go right, I'm able to step back and reassess it. I'm like, okay, why did this not work? And just be thankful because we can all attest that if everything that we prayed and asked God for, if He had given it to us, where would we have been right now? I know for sure that God, if you had given me everything that I asked for, I would not be here right now, experiencing the greatness and be able to share my experience with each and every one of you who is, listening. I really appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I just want this to be great. So again, I moved here from Jamaica. I was in banking, and while working in banking, I knew for sure that that was not where I want to go. This is, with my career, this was not it. It's like coming from Jamaica and working here in the bank is like a big stigma, like, okay, you rich. Not in America. So at the time, I had a friend who was a nanny, and I, just used to complain about my job because it was just, it was a burnt out, unfulfilling for me. It was not my passion. I was not happy being there. So I knew this is not where I want to be. So, she said to me one day, Rosie, you always complaining about your job. You love kids. Why don't you, do this? Why don't you become a nanny? And I looked into it. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, because I'm a natural caregiver, and I love being outside. So that was a great transition for me. I remember when I told my mom, who was living here with me at the time, that I was going to resign the bank, and she's like, okay, so what are you going to do? At that time, I just got a position from a teller to a personal banker also, and working 6 days a week. Some weeks, being getting a promotion comes with higher responsibilities, and sometimes, unfortunately, the pay doesn't compensate for what you're doing. So she was shocked when I told her I was going to be a nanny, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do," and I have not regretted it. It really propelled me for being where I am right now. Because while working with a client as a nanny and just being in that space, I was then exposed to working with other people, with newborns. And it just triggered my passion, my maternal instinct, just seeing what moms go through. Being from the Caribbean, a lot of times we have help, we have a village, we have the support. Here in America, it is so different. It's not that family oriented as we back home. It is different. People moved away from families back home. We stick together for whatever reason. And especially here in Atlanta, being such a transitional city, a lot of people do not have families here. So the needs are great. So I saw the need for it, and I did my research, and I became a newborn care specialist. And from there, I went on to become a postpartum doula. And that really took off, me being a postpartum doula, seeing the need. I started my business in 2012, and it has been such a great pleasure, great joy, not only financially, that I'm able to care for my family, but just being that space to care for someone else, and then turn around having a business where I'm employing other people. I've been blessed to have, people, multiple countries, just from me seeing the need, jumping on it, and just giving back. I always believe, serve first and the money will come after. Honestly, when I started this journey, it was not for the money. I remember when I met my husband, and we were dating, we were first, talking, and he asked me what I did. And he was in corporate America. And when I told him what I did, he's like, "What? People pay you to do what?" He could not understand. And when I broke it down to him and show him, this is not a luxury. This is a need. People need this service. And when I broke it down and showed him, what we could make from it, he was surprised, to say the least. But I'm just thankful and grateful for being in the space, and then having the support, having people around who have gone through it, and really really helped me. I'm not going to say it's always easy. Having your own business is not always easy. So that was in 2012, and then in 2017, things it was going good. I was traveling overseas with clients, going different places, training nannies how to care for newborns, because most of my clients are high-end clients. My clients are like football players and NBA, just people who can afford the service. Unfortunately, not everybody can, but they could, and I was able to do a lot more than just the postpartum service. I was able to add other things to it because I see the need. One thing with me, I'm a visionary, and I'm always looking for a place where I can grow and also provide more to my clients. So did my research, knowing my target audience, knowing their pain points, knowing what they need, I was able to add more to my business, to grow and scale my business. Then in 2017, like I said, in the height of business booming, boom, my mom, who lives with me, had breast cancer. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Being in that sandwich generation, having a business, having a family, and having your parents to care for is a big responsibility. So I had to step now into that caregiving role for my mom. And doing my research, trying to find someone who I know for sure is going to treat her the way she should be treated, take care of her, because if it wasn't for her, I would not have been able to grow and scale and do the things I do in my business. And, it was hard at first. And from that, I was able to start my home care business, because now I saw the need for it, and I did not want to not have that knowledge, not having the know-how now to navigate the system, not knowing what it takes to have someone in your home to care for your loved one while you still have to work, you still have to go on with your life, you still have to care for your family. It was hard. So I decided that, okay, I now want to make sure that other people don't have to go through the same thing I went through, because now I have the knowledge. So from there, that's how I ended up starting my home care business. That was in 2017. 2019, got my license. 2020, COVID hit. It was like, it's like, wow. But because I have the vision, and wasn't even thinking about the money, but just thinking about how I can give back, how I can use that service now to help others. When COVID hit, my baby business went down. I literally had to refund clients their money, because nobody wanted you in their home at that time to care for newborns. But people still had to go to work. Their loved ones still needed care. So we were still able now to care for the elderly. And then in turn, I saw the needs for medical staffing. I started my medical staffing business. So yeah, I'm a typical Jamaican, right? But guess what? We see the needs and we fulfill the needs. So don't even matter when people say, oh, you have many jobs. No, I'm providing many services. That's what I'm doing, right? So like I said, but the thing that I've learned through all that, you have to be adaptable. You have to change with the time. You have to see what's needed in your community and then find a way how to fill it. Be your clients, painkillers. Don't be their vitamins. Don't be their vitamins. Be their painkillers. See a need and find a way how you can fulfill that need, right? So from there, building the business, growing so fast, I realized that, wow, we need help. We can't do this alone. We were fortunate enough that, my husband was able to retire from his job to come into the business to support us, right? This is not my business. Even though when he met me, I had already started this. This is our business. We're a team because honestly, if it wasn't for him too, the business would not be where it is. Our business would not be where it is because he can tell you, I'll hand him the phone and everything in a minute. Okay, in a minute.
I'm not talking now.
Okay, I thought you were on camera. Okay, guys. So it has really been a blessing.
Told to her, you keep going.
Yeah, just keep this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody was just trying to get my attention. Yeah. So it has really been a blessing. Like I said, seeing the need for the medical staffing, we did that right in the midst of that. I realized that okay, for us to continue to grow at the speed that we are growing, we are going to need more internal help. So even though we had a staff, I reaching out to the consultant who helped me to start the medical staffing business. Because one thing with me, whenever I'm going to start something, I always look for a mentor. I believe in investing in myself. The greatest investment you can make is the one that you make in yourself. Personal development is very, very important. So whenever I am going to start something, I do my research and I hire someone who have been there before, who have gone through it before, because I'm getting too old to sit and try to figure things out and reinvent the wheel. No. So if I know that someone has gone through it before and have proven track record, that's where I'm going. I don't care how much it costs me because guess what? I believe in whatever I put my mind to is something I believe in and I know it's going to work. Right? So it doesn't matter how much they're charging, I'm going to pay them for their knowledge. Because I believe that you get back what you put into your business. You have to start thinking about, okay, I am going to invest at the level that I want to achieve in my business. So while coaching with the person who helped me for the medical staffing, she said to me, Rosalee, I want you to walk me through what your day is like from the moment you get up until you go to bed. Tell me what your day is like. And when I detailed everything out to her, she said to me, guys, by this time we were making close to $1 million in our business. She said to me, Rosalee, you're not the CEO of your business. You're the scheduler recruiter. And I was like, what? That thing hit me so hard because I know what I'm valued in my business and I know what the scheduler recruiter pay rate is, right? Not to knock it, but if that's where I am, no, I need to be hiring someone to do that so I can do what I need to do. And I did my research and I looked into getting employing the people I need. And she said to me, what actually, matter of fact, when I planned everything out and I calculated how much it was going to cost me to hire the professionals that I need, I was like, wow, this is going to really cut down into our bottom line. So how can we make this work? And I thought about hiring virtual assistants. We did that. Now we have our own virtual assistant company because we saw the need and we want to make sure that others in the community can have the same thing that we have. We're willing to share. We're willing to share our knowledge. We're willing to share what we're going through. So now I'm also teaching others. Like I said, I'm going to share with you what we're going through, so you don't have to go to the struggle to get to where we get through. So before we go any further, I want to introduce you to my lovely husband here, Mr. Darren Bizzell.
Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing this evening? Yeah, my name is Darren, and yes, I work every day very closely with my wife in the businesses that we have. Also, we are working on expanding those businesses. And I've also incorporated one other thing, I think I got it from her, that Jamaican spirit of not just having one thing going on. So we also right now deal in financial services, and that's something else that I am looking to expand. I'm still working with her every day to make sure that Mother's Helping Hands and the 7-Figure Doula continue to grow. And we have simply incorporated financial services into that. A little bit about me. I come from a corporate background, started working at 16 like the typical American kid. Have been into a lot of different things. I've done plumbing, I've done landscaping, I've done some like construction. My biggest thing though was IT. I've always been a tech nerd. That's the best way to put it. I like gadgets, I play with gadgets. I like figuring stuff out. But I found that with insurance, I could, and different financial services, I could show people how they can better improve their lives financially and how they can prepare for what we all are going to have to deal with, and that's retirement, getting older. And the best part about it is I can show them how to have more money than they will need to live the rest of their life comfortably. So that's a passion of mine. That's one of the things I love showing people how to do and why they should do it and exactly what steps to take. So we've incorporated all of that into our current business practices, and we just want to be on here and empower everyone. Show you how things can get done, show you how we've done it, and if we can help someone else get themselves on the road to being an entrepreneur, let me get the words out, being an entrepreneur and actually getting your own thing going, or just improving your everyday living situation. That's what we're here for. So at this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Mrs. Rosalee and to see where she wants to go from here.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Bizzell, for that warm introduction. I appreciate it. And, I just want to tell you on here in front of everyone that I'm really, really appreciative of you over the years for helping. And, I've never taken you for granted, and I will never take you for granted.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel appreciated, and I really do.
Thank you. We hear it in public.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone. Anyone have any question? We would be, happy to answer any question you have. I have a great friend who is going to be joining me shortly. Her name is Aneesha Smith. She is a registered nurse, and she is very, very much passionate, as I am, with the in the maternal community. One thing I think I did mention a little about, me being a postpartum doula. And guys, it doesn't matter where I am, where I'm in my businesses, where I'm in life, I'll always identify as a postpartum doula, because that's my passion. That is such a needed service. That is such a needed. I can't say enough about how much I encourage others who are in the maternal community, just to keep at it. I know sometimes it can be hard. I know sometimes, it is not the most sustainable job, but I'm here to share with you some of the things that I was able to add to my business to make it where it's at. Like I said, find who's your target market? What's your niche? Who do you identify more with? Who are you more passionate about serving? And then look into what else you can add to what you're now doing for them that you can add that to your business.
One
Because,
thing,
go ahead.
sorry to interrupt, but one thing I also want you to think about, don't concern yourself about others in the business, because think about it. If you look around, every corner, you have a Chevron, a Shell station, a BP gas station. They all do the same thing. They sell gas, they sell snacks, they sell water, and most of them now sell some kind of food. But they're all right there together on the same corner. So don't be concerned that you see somebody else doing it. Don't be concerned that you see that they may seem to have cornered the market, as they say. I doubt it very seriously. There are so many people just in this city, let alone in this country, that could use your service. And not only look at the gas stations, McDonald's, Burger King, and some of the other fast food places, they all sell basically the same thing. And they're all flourishing. So just remember, as long as you get your name out there, you find your niche, and you decide to do the best product that you can provide, you can survive just like everybody else.
Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. So right now, based on the USABirthCertificate.com, 10,000 babies are born every day. 10,000 babies are born every day, right? And let's say for one third of that, let's say 1/4 are multiples, right?
Yeah.
You have 75,000. You have 75,000 parents. 75,000 parents who need service. 75,000 parents who need service. So if you think about that, how can we now make sure that each of those families are covered? Because everybody deserve to have help. This is not a luxury. This is a needed service. Support is needed.
One other thing with that too is every birth is different.
Yes.
I had to learn that being in this business with my wife. I know I'm a guy and a typical man. I didn't know any of this stuff.
Yes.
Like she said, when she first brought this to me, I'm like, you're crazy. Nobody's going to pay you for this.
It could be nobody was paying because I was already doing it when we met. So.
You know, people take care of their kids by themselves, but I've learned over time that the service makes their lives so much easier.
And on that, Mr. Busy, I want to cut, and then I'll pick back up on that when we get back. Mm-hmm. So.
Will AI propel your business or leave you behind? Are you ready to transform your maternal and community health business and reach more families in need? Join me, Rosalee Henry, the 7-Figure Doula Whisperer, in a free transformative webinar where I'll reveal the 5 cutting-edge AI tools that I use to skyrocket my business to 7 figures. Why you can't miss this webinar? I'm going to teach you how to multiply your impact. Discover how AI can help you to reach more families in your community and provide them with the support they deserve. Streamline your operations. You'll be able to automate tasks and free up your time to focus on what matters most, which is caring for your clients. Boost your marketing skills. You'll be able to craft targeted campaigns that resonate with your ideal audience and attract new clients effortlessly. Ethically use AI in your business. Learn how to integrate AI into your business responsibly. We'll discuss best practices for using AI ethically, ensuring privacy, and maintaining trust with your clients. Here's a sneak peek at our action-packed agenda. Client outreach. You'll learn how to use AI to identify and connect with families in need, ensuring you're reaching the right people at the right time. Personalized support. Leverage AI to provide tailored guidance and resources to each client, enhancing their experience and building stronger relationships. Data-driven insights. Gain valuable insights into your community's needs and preferences, allowing you to refine your services and make informed decisions. Content creation made easy. Generate engaging content like blog posts, social media updates, and newsletters to educate and empower your audience. effortless marketing automation. Automate repetitive tasks like scheduling appointments, sending reminders, and managing your online presence, freeing up your time to focus on client care. You'll also have the opportunity to join me, the seven-figure doula, in an exclusive VIP training that will give you proven step-by-step prompts on how to create a 6-month marketing strategy plan for your business that you can start using today. So who should attend? Doulas, lactation consultants, childbirth educators, and other maternal and community health professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs in the maternal and community health space. Anyone who is passionate about using technology to improve the lives of the families they serve. This isn't just a webinar. It's your opportunity to harness the power of AI to make a real difference in our community. So don't miss out on securing the future of your business and the well-being of the family we serve. Reserve your spot today. Experience firsthand how AI can help you to scale your business and make an impact in the family and the people who need you today. I'll see you in the webinar.
Well, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So I have a very dear friend with me who is going to be talking about the maternal community. She's going to be talking about how we are partnering together to make sure that doulas and others in the maternal and community and community health community are able to grow and scale their business so they can make an impact on their community on their income while serving their community at a higher level. So Miss Aneesha, how are you today, my dear?
I'm good. Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, I'm so blessed to have you on as my first guest outside of my husband. I couldn't have you before him. So thank you so much for being here. I know you have done so much for the community here in Texas, but you're always just so giving back and encouraging me. So I just want you to go ahead and tell us who you are and why you're so passionate about the maternal community.
All right. Well, I'm Aneesha Smith. I am. Is my sound okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
You're good.
Okay, great. So I am a labor and delivery nurse by profession. I have been in labor and delivery as a practicing clinician since 2001. I have worked in 3 different states, Ohio, where I'm originally from, Cleveland, and Tennessee, Memphis. We stayed for a short time, about 3 years, and the majority of my nursing has been done here in Texas, in the Houston area. I have always kind of been an entrepreneur at heart, and so being able to do maternal health and just be a part of such a very overall positive specialty for nursing, it allowed me to just spread my wings even further and dig deeper, kind of in different ways on the business side, I would say. And I ended up starting a product-based business for a healthcare provider called Reflections by Zana, and it is basically it's just a really cool healthcare accessories brand that highlights representation in the workplace. So a lot of our products are catered specifically to Black and brown healthcare professionals. Nurses are, of course, our largest audience, and we are just basically online. And we came up the majority of our growth as a company happened during COVID, when we had so many nurses and physicians deployed into hospitals and traveling and that sort of thing. So I was able to really serve during COVID as a nurse and then also as an entrepreneur, which was very unique for me. But it didn't stop there because I kept going. And after being in entrepreneurship and on the product side of things, manufacturing our own products and just getting into e-commerce marketplaces and things, I got into coaching and strategy, e-commerce strategy, and trying to help healthcare providers essentially, especially in the birthing space, who do better business, and use technology and use creativity to help propel their businesses. And so your e-com strategist was born from that. And Kendra Connect was a platform, it's a business management platform for community health and birth workers, was also born from that. And so I'm fully immersed, and I met Rosalee in one of our business communities. And, you know, from our very first meeting, you know, when I found out she was a postpartum doula, and technically challenged when it came to technology, it was just a match made in heaven, because I was able to bring her up to speed quite a bit, and we were able to serve together. So.
Well, Aneesha, if I knew you were going to say that, maybe I would invite you on. But that goes back to what I said earlier, that, you know, I always make sure, or after many failures, after many trying to do it by myself, I've now learned that I need mentorship in anything I'm doing. So when I met Aneesha, I knew that this was what I needed in my business, and it was like a perfect match. You know, she has helped me. I am going to make sure that, in as much as possible, that anytime I bring someone on, for me to say, okay, this person is good, is someone that I've used. If I've not used a person, I'm not going to tell you that I've used a person. Aneesha has helped me in so many ways. I'm actually still working with her right now on a couple of projects that we have going. So Aneesha, thank you so much for that. And on top of that, thanks for being the type of nurse you are, being there, helping moms to, you know, advocate for themselves. Because I've talked to you so many times, and I know as a nurse, it's more medical instead of us being a doulas who are non-medical. For us, we are supposed to be like supporting moms kind of behind the scene, but you're there in the space, and I know you've seen it firsthand, and I really appreciate you for taking the step now to help us on the non-medical side, or even for the nurses or so like yourself who are in medical, to grow our business, to know that, okay, this, if you're passionate about it, right, you alone cannot make an impact. You're in the hospital, you might see like 5 or 6 moms per night, and then they're gone home. You're not in that space because you cannot go home with them. And that's not where it ends. A lot of times after they get home, where tragic starts, where things start going downhill. So just you being in that space to support us, right, so we can do the things that we do, because God knows it's hard to run a business and still working in the field. I did it, so I know, and I know how hard it is, and that's the reason why now I'm stepped back and I'm mentoring others. But how can I help you to make it more sustainable? And that's how, you know, Aneesha and I have really been working together. So like she said, she's a techie part, right? She's
Yes, it's rare that a lot of healthcare professionals or nurses get into tech and like it.
Yes, so she and my husband, you know, along with my team, you know, shout out to Keisha and the others. Don't be jealous. I know, you know, how much of them on the team? Don't let me get started. But yeah, Angela, Keisha, don't get me started. Team, I love you guys. Don't take it personal, but you know, Keisha, my girl, so I have to shout her out. But yeah, Aneesha. So yeah, like I said, you know, thank you so much for seeing the vision, seeing that for us to make this as a business and make it a sustainable business, we need things, we need systems, we need automations, right? We cannot just sit there and write one email at one time to send out if we're doing email marketing, right?
Absolutely.
We need systems. So
I find that.
Yes.
So right about that, because especially in the doula community, and this is something that I had learned just from talking with doulas, you know, on LinkedIn. Me and Rosalee can both be found on LinkedIn and immersed in the maternal health space there. But they talked about the burnout of doulas, postpartum doulas, and labor doulas, because you really give so much of yourself to one person for several hours, and of course in the postpartum space, you know, you've got if it's a traumatic birth, if there, you know, if there's something going on, there's just so much of yourself that you're giving to each individual person. Running a business or sustaining a business, that part of it is hard, and you end up burning it out before you ever get an opportunity to grow. I think you said maybe 3 or 4 years was the average active doula timeline. Can you imagine just 3 years? You have all the education, all the passion, and you can't really grow your business because you're so burnt out from, you know, just being so involved. You know, you never get around to really harnessing everything that you can do inside of your business. And so we have to change that. Like, we have to lobby for better pay for doulas. That's another thing that contributes to burnout. You know, having moms have the opportunities to, you know, get the care and have a lot of these organizations really work with government and with bigger organizations to fund programs that send doulas into the home and allow them business training and allow them business support and tech support. There's a lot of, it's like at the bottom, it's like, yeah, we need you all, but for some reason the support doesn't reach down that far, and that's true. Fair.
That's true.
And I think of the,
and the thing is that we are at the forefront, right? We are at the forefront. We get to see what goes on a lot of time before the doctors do, because we're there to see, you know, mom going through postpartum depression. We're there to see mom struggling with breastfeeding. We're there to see mom having all these symptoms that could lead up to death. So we're in that space. But sometimes, you know, we are the last one to get the support, even though we are given the support. And I feel like the space that I want to create for my doula sisters, for my community health sisters, and I mean even guys, because, like, you know, we just finished our training. I just finished a training with Morehouse School of Medicine, and there was one guy in there who was training to be a doula. He has Jamaican connection. I think his parents are from Jamaica. And it was so cool. And I just hope that we as an industry, you know, will be more embracing to men being doulas. Right?
We definitely do OB. You know, you know that training. The obstetricians are largely male.
Larger male. Exactly. And the things that a male doula is going to do is nothing close to as invasive as what our OBGYN do. Right? The most you might see is a little breast. Especially for real, because a lot of time, you know, being a labor doula is not as doula role is not to check moms. A doula role is, we don't catch babies. We support moms, right? So he may be in the room and he don't even see below her waist. He's just there for the emotional support and sometimes the physical support. You know, just giving, you know, different pain, you know, measures, and just being that support and encourage mom to use her voice and advocate for herself. So I really wish that we'll be more open and allow more men into that space. Yeah, but again, you know, like, how can we make this, how can we put this in a bullseye, like, okay, if you need to have a sustainable business, you have to get the support you need. Just the same way you're supporting moms, you need support in your business.
I'm going to say, and I say this with nursing as well when it comes to entrepreneurship, because I think the push for entrepreneurship is not as strong inside the doula community because you're just so used to serving. And a lot of times, and that's why, you know, largely women, we have a really hard time for pushing for better compensation and things because we're women and because we are nurturers at heart, and people feel like that should just be done for free no matter what. In these spaces, I think sometimes, you know, healthcare in the United States is largely subsidized. In other words, you pay a portion, then you've got an insurance company, they pay a portion, and the hospital pays a portion, and government pays a portion. So it's all broken up. But when it comes to supporting the bottom, the absolute, when I say bottom, I don't mean the lowest, I just mean the closest to the patient, the person that is touching the patient. Those caregivers, we really never leave that whole subsidized mindset. You are almost expected to just take the little bit that's left over after insurance company, after the hospital, after the government. Everybody's got their piece. You know, everybody's well compensated, and then we are here ready, just waiting for scraps. And then you're talking like 12-hour labor, 18-hour labor, you know, a traumatic childbirth, you know, one person that's doing this work, you know, for a couple $100, or probably not even that if they're compensated by Medicaid. They don't even get that much. So a big problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's a whole other conversation. But I think the push in the mindset is shifting, you know, especially for doulas, is not to just accept the role as a caregiver, but to like demand that the skill set and the commitment be compensated. Right. That it can't just be, oh, this is great, we need this, and moms need all this support, and moms need postpartum support, and mental health this, and all of that, and then nobody's getting paid. Right. And that's really, like, probably the elephant in the room when it comes to, like, how to support mothers better. Pay the people who support mothers better, and you will find that you will have way more people
want to do this job,
wanting to do this.
Yes. And that's the reason why I created my newborn care specialist program and postpartum doula support program, because I see the need. I remember Medicaid used to pay me $18.04 a care for an elderly. $18.04. That's what they used to pay for home care. I had to cut it off. I'm like, I'm sorry. I know there are people out there that need it. I was paying my caregivers at that time $18. So you do the math. It's not mathing.
Mm-mm.
It's not mathing.
Not at all.
No. And back to what you were saying about, you know, running business. I've taken so many different maternal health classes, postpartum doula. I started as a labor doula and I switched to postpartum doula. I've taken newborn care specialist class. And it's very, very little they even talk about business. You're taught to go back out and give back and serve, but not how to run your business. There's nothing in there about that. So what do? You know, how can you make it sustainable? How can you even want to be able to leave your family behind and go care for someone else's family and not getting paid for it?
You definitely can't do it for 18.
Your heart is not going to be in it, no matter what. This is
if it starts there, it's not going to stay for long.
Exactly.
Because it just takes a whole lot of energy and time away, and then, you know, and you do it. It is a very heart-centered job. It is a calling. You know what I mean? Like, if you just think about your capacity as a business owner, if you're a doula, you cannot see that many people.
No.
You don't have patients up and down the street. You can't compound that. Like, you are there, and one at a time.
Yes.
For however many hours or however many sessions. So it's very heart-centered. And at the same time, one of the lowest paying, you know, private.
Yes.
Like, it depends on who you are and how you can charge. There's no standard of doula work across the board that makes a sustainable business, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah. And, you know, I'm so glad that we have joined together to make a difference in here, because at the end of the day, the moms who need us are the ones who are going to suffer most, because we will not be able to make a dent in the maternal mortality rate if the caregivers, if the doulas, if the people out there are serving cannot make a sustainable living from this. It's not going to happen. It's not going to last. It's going to have too much of a high turnover. So, Aneesha, again, thank you for so much. Go ahead.
You're so welcome. This was great, Rosalee.
Yes. Yeah, so can you please share with my audience, how can they find your products? Because you have some great products. So how can they find the product? And on top of that, how can they work with you? I know, you know, we partnered together. I have a membership program where I am doing the mentorship about, you know, how to grow your business. I'll be teaching you about how to find your target audience, how to collaborate, because guys, collaboration is key. We do not see Aneesha and I working together. We are collaborating. We're partnering, because guess what? That's the only way we're going to be able to make a dent in the maternal community. You know, maternal mortality rate. We cannot be saying that we are concerned about it, but we do nothing about it. How can we work together as a community to make a difference? So that's where I'm going to
Absolutely.
teach you. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to make a business out of this because, guys, like I said, I started in the caregiving field as a nanny, and now I have I just got awarded for 7 figures in my business, 7 figures in my business. But guess what?
In a
It was
year.
in a
That's
year.
important.
That was for 1 year. And this is not
That's
our
right.
first year bringing in 7 figure. It's just that the first year that it has been publicized because I'm a very private person. My husband can tell you, right? Aneesha is working with me, and let me tell you, she have to string my arm to even go do Facebook lives or do videos, because this is me. I want to share. I don't have to be out there telling Facebook and telling like that. No, I give back in different ways. Right, so this is my way of giving back to you the things that I've used in my business. Because, like Aneesha said, as a labor doula, you could be at I know labor doulas who've been at to calling back up after being 48 hours at a birth after calling back up. How do you share that money? How do you share that? So
And a lot of times they pay in advance.
Hey,
So
you have to get the money in advance. Who you gonna go to a birth without getting paid? No, you don't.
Yep.
No, you don't. So, Aneesha, I want you to share. How can they find you? How can we make sure that all your product is in the hands of every doula, every nurse, so we can make this work? How can we find you?
Yeah, so I'm a founder of Kendra Connect. It's a all-in-one business management system, and you can find out more about it. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm under Aneesha Smith, RNC. You can send me a message there. You can find me also on Facebook under Aneesha Smith and also under Kendra Connect platform. And that's for anybody in the birth working space that is in business and would like to explore other ways to, better ways, more sophisticated ways to do their business. And if you are needing to learn business, I'm also working with Rosalee in her membership. Members get a lot of perks
Yes.
from Kendra Connect
Yes.
by going through and learning more about it. So our partnership is it is a passion project, and we just want everybody to win. And, a lot of people don't talk about pay when they talk about caregiving and nurturing, but we are talking about it. It has to work.
It has to work.
You're in business, you want to do this thing,
Yep.
you need to learn business, you need to learn how to run your business, and sustain it, and fight burnout. We don't want to lift up our doulas and community health workers just for them to be burnt out in 24 months.
Exactly.
Exactly. We definitely don't. There are so many other ways you can add revenue to your business outside of just doula work, and that's what we talk about, and that's what we teach.
Yep.
So yeah, you can definitely find me by name on LinkedIn, on Facebook.
And guys, for more information, I will be able to share all with you. You can text doula, the word doula, DOULA, at 770-706-3905. I'll repeat that number, 770-706-3905. And I'm also on IG as the 7-Figure Doula Whisperer. You put in 7-Figure Doula, I'm the only one going to come up, just me, so you can't miss me. Right, so Aneesha, thank you so much. Like I said, we're just looking forward to helping our communities, to grow and scale their business and have a sustainable living. With this, we're going to be talking about how we use AI to grow our business. So guys, you're in for a treat. We'll be sharing everything. We're not holding anything back that we have used in our business. So thank you so much.
Your training is coming up?
Yes, so I have a training coming up next week, Thursday, about training AI, like how to use AI ethically in the maternal and community health industry, and I'll be able to share more. So thanks everyone for tuning in to Chat Bout. It has been a pleasure to share this moment with you, and please, I'll be here again next week, Thursday, same time at 7 p.m. And guys, please remember, you're working hard. Make sure think about how you're going to be investing your money. I have my husband here. He's a financial person. So make sure, we're going to be talking more about that, because in this business, we don't have any retirement, right? We don't have any 401k. Even if you have that from your job, you'll be able to show you how you can invest your money and make it more, a sustainable living, and make your plans. So, okay, guys, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I really appreciate you guys. Love you, love you, lovely. See you next week.
Have a good evening.
Bye. Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Rosalee.
You're welcome.
Hey, is this